Let me paint a picture for you. You just moved to Florida and now there's a hurricane on the way. Welcome. My name is Savannah. I am a Florida born and raised resident, and I am here to tell you what you can expect for your first hurricane so you're prepared, not panicked. The first thing you can definitely expect, about a week out from any storm actually hitting, you are going to start hearing terms like spaghetti models and cone of uncertainty. Basically, what this means is they really have no idea where it's actually going to go. They're going to start making guesses on where it could go. And so the idea is that, unfortunately, even though you do have some notice to prepare, the reality is you're not going to know if you're actually going to get hit and what you're going to get hit with until about 24 to 48 hours out from the actual storm making landfall. The second thing that you are sure fire guaranteed is gas lines. If you have ever had range anxiety, meaning that you only have a certain amount of miles till empty, that anxiety gets a lot worse when you're entering the week of a hurricane and everybody panics and rushes and goes to fill up every gas container they have, car gas, etc., etc., etc. The lines are insane. Gas stations will run out of gas because we are in South Florida. It does take time to get new gas down here. So again, even though you're not going to really know until 24 to 48 hours in advance, it never hurts to go into hurricane season with some gas on backup and keep your cars full, because you just never know. In addition to crazy gas lines, you may notice when you're in grocery stores that water is almost always stocked. Within 24 hours of there being a note that a hurricane could even possibly maybe make landfall anywhere near your current residence, guaranteed that Publix, Winn-Dixie, Walmart, and Target will be out of water within 24 to 48 hours. So again, don't panic. If you could get jug waters and things like that, I know we go ahead and order extra jugs during the summer seasons, and I'll just start collecting them in the garage for purposes of, God forbid we get hit by a storm, I don't have to panic and run out and be part of the frenzy trying to get whatever kind of water bottles, because the only thing that will be left is Dasani and the very expensive alkaline waters. And you're only going to be able to get 6-packs or singles, the big giant ones. And that's pretty much about it. Also, low key, weird things. People think that they can live off of peanut butter and SpaghettiOs if we lose power. So weirdly, you will see a lot of non-perishables go pretty quickly. I would say as a Florida resident, we don't typically get the non-perishable stuff. Frozen meat and things like that will stay frozen for a little while. Defrost, you can always cook it and leave it for backup. So we're a big fan of stocking up for things that you can cook on the grill with a propane tank. It's a lot more edible. We don't have to adapt to SpaghettiOs and things that you may not already eat on a regular basis. So that's usually our tactic for prepping for hurricane food. But of course, in worst case scenarios, if you're looking at, some major Cat 5 type storms, it is possible to need some sort of non-perishable food. So it never hurts to have some peanut butter in the cabinet. Number 3, probably the biggest tip that I can take, especially in the world of homeowners insurance right now, take photos of the exterior, interior of your property before hurricane season, right before a storm hits. God forbid you get to a point where you need to make a claim. Your insurance adjuster will thank you. Your future you will thank you, because they will need to establish what truly is new storm damage and wasn't already prior existing damage. And that will clog up the system on getting claims processed, etc. So do it for your future self. Take pictures of your home prior to a storm. And tip number 4, this is kind of more of a fun one. My Floridian residents will have a laugh at this. But the irony of Florida weather is if you prepare for it, nothing will come. And if you do nothing for it, the worst will come, right? Whether you leave the umbrella in the car and it rains, or you bring the umbrella with you and it doesn't rain, it applies the same for hurricanes. If you do everything under the sun to prep your home for the hurricane, there is a good chance it's going to be nothing more but a windy Tuesday. And then if you do absolutely nothing nothing 24 to 48 hours in advance, you will find out that it is the worst case scenario and you're not prepped. So best advice that I could give is get as prepped as you can early on so you do not have to be one of the ones that is going through utter panic when Jim Candor shows up on the screen. These are some just added fun bonus tips that you can expect for the wild Florida man and all those fun little things that Florida has built a name on that you will see when hurricanes start showing up on the screen. You will notice that Floridians are absolutely unfazed by wind speeds until they get usually about right around 100 miles per hour and over. So we are out walking our dogs, going to work, showing properties until the wind literally lifts our car off the road. Same goes for pizza deliveries. Diehards, those pizza places will be open and delivering pizza until it's unsafe to do so. Every neighbor will suddenly become a meteorologist and a grill master. You will be seeing 1,000 videos of hurricane damage and what's going on during the storm, live reporting, regardless if there's something going on or not going on. People will be filming and hashtagging whatever the hurricane name is. That's just the way of life. You will refresh the Radar app more than Instagram, TikTok, or whatever your preferred social platform is during the hours of countdown to landfall. And finally, last but not least, power's going out, get batteries, and if you don't have a generator, make friends with someone who does. All jokes aside, guys, of course, Florida hurricanes can be very serious. So as a true Florida resident, I would definitely recommend prepping in advance. If this is your first hurricane, don't add the extra anxiety of having to prep with everyone else during the week before the storm. Start getting the water in, start having the batteries, start having the gas, have all that in place. You don't have to run around like crazy. Do what you can to prep in advance. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, as the storm does get closer, keep in mind that National Hurricane Center really only sends out true updates about tracking a storm every 6 hours. 5:11, 5:11, 5 a.m., 11 a.m., 5 p.m., 11 p.m. So anything that you're checking in between is likely just there to build extra anxiety. Clickbait, this is a media frenzy time frame. They are going to be all over the news, making sure that you're taking it serious and getting prepped. So if you are one who is prone to anxiety, stay off of those channels. Check the true sources that do the 6-hour updates. Those are going to be your most accurate updates. Mike's weather page, most of us Floridians watch him because he's usually pretty honest with what we can expect. And, you know, at the end of the day, hang tight, you've done your prep, you'll be fine, and we'll see you on the other side of the storm. If you found this at all helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, set yourself up for alerts because I'm always posting more Florida tips, real estate tips, market tips, all that good stuff right here on this YouTube channel. If you have some stories of your first hurricanes and you want to drop them below in the comments, I would love to hear them. But at the end of the day, stay safe, stay calm. Welcome to the Sunshine State, and let me know if you need anything.